is crazy. So where's Mexico?
Right past that boundary right there.
And you're comfortable going back and forth, no problem, huh?
I have no problem. So I'm actually in Mexico right now.
You're in Mexico.
You're in the U.S. right now. That's where the boundary is. The federal government recognized tribes as sovereign nations. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
We shall remain here.
That's amazing.
That's where the Creator put us.
That's amazing. Wait. Turn around. You can go right there.
There you go.
This is called Mariposa Wash. This whole area floods during monsoon season. You'll see as I drive closer, there's tons of water bottles, just literally tons of that garbage that's on the cliffs here on the Mexican side will wash up against the fence, and it creates a damming effect with all the debris that's there. We open these gates, we bring machinery in here, and we clear out this area every monsoon season.
For all the fiery debate over the wall, few actually ever get this close to the border, which has taken on almost mythical status as a flashpoint in American political and social life.
This is the end of this road, and that's the end of the fence as well. This is the international border fence.
This is the fence.
This is the fence.
This is a bunch of sticks.
This is a bunch of sticks, old sticks, that have been here for decades, and it continues on. But we do have technology deployed up there. This is where
I can see it over on the hill. There's like a...
Correct, that's
Yeah.
one of our technology towers where
Yeah.
we can monitor this area. And in addition to that, what you don't see out here is a little bit of that virtual wall, because we do have ground sensors deployed in all this area.
Okay.
So there's an area out here that might not have the most robust fence, but we'll utilize whatever we have to our advantage.
With the aid of a patchwork of fencing and surveillance, the Border Patrol is tasked with protecting an area where would-be migrants and smugglers lurk around every corner.
So if you can't run, there's a group. See, there's 4 or 5 right here in this group on this mountain ridge, and then there's 4 silhouetted.
There's 3 up here. You see 3 or 4 up top?
Right there.
And then there's like 3 or 4 right here.
Yep.
Well, I don't understand. Like, why are they just sitting there?
Because they're scouting us right now. Some of them have binoculars. These guys are also scouting our partners here at the customs office for vehicles.
That doesn't ever bother you guys?
It's a little disconcerting, but you get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Cat and mouse game.
They say tightening the border is something that is very badly needed.
One highly controversial solution centers around a proposed multi-billion-dollar wall to keep people from illegally entering the country. A slew of contractors have bid for the potential construction, submitting multiple designs, each purporting to stop unauthorized crossings.
So this is the Tucson sector, on a map, obviously. We run from the Yuma County line all the way to the New Mexico state line on the east side. It's very huge. This is Tohono O'odham Indian Reservation.
Okay.
This is the size of Connecticut.
And I've read stuff on the amount of illegal smuggling that goes through here, whether it's like drugs or humans. I mean, that this is a pretty intense area.
Well, it's very sparsely populated, so the criminal element always tries to exploit these folks here because there aren't as many roads, there aren't as many people just out there living, so they believe, the criminal element does, that they can operate there without being detected.
After the Mexican-American War and the Gadsden Purchase of 1854, a new international border was drawn between the U.S. and Mexico. This desert landscape, which has long been home to a Native American tribe known as the Tohono O'odham, was bisected, splitting the tribe. Today, the Tohono O'odham Reservation straddles 70 miles of the border. A wall on the reservation is the heart of the next battle, and the wall would cut straight through it. Recognized by the U.S. government as a sovereign nation subject to its own laws, the Tohono O'odham Nation's 35,000 members have nevertheless seen their livelihoods dictated by the federal government. Their identities persist through their deep connection to the land.
Tohono O'odham. Tohono is desert. O'odham is people. We were placed here by the Creator for a significant reason. Our place in life is to care for the land, to care for the animals, to live in harmony as we've always done prior to any influence from other cultures. We lived happily here. Every stick and stone is sacred.
So as the protectors of the land, what does it mean when you talk about building a wall on the land?
To me, it means like reopening the scar that was already put there by the international boundary. That means that it's going to desecrate our land again, and even more so. As if I were to go into your home and say, you know what? Today I think I'm going to build a wall right smack in the middle of your apartment or your home. And if you want to get to the kitchen or to your restroom, you got to ask me. And I have to give you permission to cross. How would you like that? That's what it means to our people.
This is crazy. If I'm trying to get into the U.S. illegally, like, this seems like the perfect place to do it. Like, this is like, this is completely open. Like, and it's like this the whole way up there, or does the fence start again up there?
The fence starts again right there.
Okay.
But we are being monitored.
Oh, so I should get back into the U.S.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are
All right.
being
Well, I'm just
monitored.
gonna go and step back over here.
The federal government recognized tribes as sovereign nations. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah,
We shall remain here.
that's amazing.
It's where the Creator put us.
That's amazing. Wait. Turn around. You can go right there.
There you go. You apparently saw appears to be a migrant in Mexico running across this dry wash. Yeah. This land that we live on, the nation, is not ours. It's in trust.
Right.
The federal government owns it. You know, the fact of the matter, if we wanted to go back to the old days, we kick everybody else out. We kick everybody out.
The tribe finds itself fighting on two fronts: migrants running through their land and the feds trying to chase them down.
They're going to ready to explain to them why we're here, so.
David Garcia fears both could ultimately destroy the nation. He's a former tribal council member and now an activist.
This is officially, unofficially, the international border.
So you can walk through there like not like that.
Yeah.
But I can't, right?
No,
I can't walk over there.
no, there's probably several hundred border patrols that are 24/7. There was never a border patrol agent at any one of these gates because officially there was 9 gates that tribal members could freely pass to the south and to the north. But at one time we were able to, drive through and walk through when there was no border patrol agents. But that was years ago.
So you have to go through agents to get to and from your own land.
Right. And the only way that I can go into Mexico and return back into Mexico is to use my tribal ID card.
So you have to carry this with you everywhere you go,
Yes.
like a.
I can
To
actually,
prove that you're
I
actually
can
part of the
actually
tribe.
come through a port of entry and show them my tribal ID card, and I will be allowed to enter back into the United States.
What has this done to your people?
Once Congress appropriates the dollars to pay for this wall that he wants to build, it will actually close off this gate. This
Through your
will-
own land.
Through our own land. And what it will do is it will prevent myself and any other tribal member on both sides to allow us to come onto the nation or vice versa for religious purposes or to go to one of our sacred sites, which is the Babakiri Peak, or any other event that's going on the reservation.
It's
It has-
separating you even more than you
it
already
will-
are.
It will definitely separate us, period.
Along the borders, there's an uneasiness and tension between the feds trying to protect the country and the tribe members trying to navigate their sovereign right to their own land.
Hello,
Correspondent.
Hi, I'm Mireya.
it's Ophelia.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
This Tohono O'odham family is entangled in the daily task of getting to and from home. They've been waiting nearly 2 hours to cross the border.
So
Yes.
when you guys are ready to go back,
Oh, it's the same. It's the same
you're-
process.
it's going to take a while to
Yes, yes.
What are they checking exactly?
We ask them all the time. It's always like it's a formality. It's a process. We need to register that you crossed, and if you have any warrants, and if you have any violations of any kind. Where I live, I drive 136 miles in the U.S. side to go get groceries. You know, that my father's community is only 15 miles on the south side of the border, and my mother's community is just a quarter of a mile, and we have to go through this process every time. You know, there's a lot of politics involved in this whole border here and issue, and we're just grassroots people. We just want to live in peace. We want to be able to go visit our families on both sides of this border. And what is the difficulty in that, you know? And it's just a simple thing. We just want to follow our traditional ways. We have to do ceremony on both sides of this border. We have a unique culture, and we still practice those. I said I'm O'odham. I follow my O'odham way and all for this land. We are undocumented criminal in our own homelands.
You know, I think when we drove onto the reservation, the landscape is beautiful here. I mean, it is just, it's so majestic and it's so wide open, and so that's breathtaking along with the mountains. I think I just was really surprised at the level of living in poverty. You know, the fact that there is a prison 10 feet away from a school, you know, or that the city offices, like officials, work in these double wide trailers. You know, I grew up on the South Texas border where it's not uncommon to see neighborhoods like this, and there is nothing wrong with having people work this way, live this way. They are proud of what they have, but I don't think people realize what it is like to live on the border.
On the other side of the border, the nation is even less populated and secure. Only 3,000 of the tribe's 35,000 members live here.
Here they come.
Tú, ándale, tú.
He never really had a name. You just call him Dog.
How do you say dog?
Tohono O'odham, Gox.
Gox. Gox.
This fence was not taken care of for so many years.
Matias Esteban is a member of the Tohono O'odham Nation, living on his family's ranch just south of the border.
How many cattle do you have on the land right now?
Right now we have 30 heads of cattle.
If this was your family's land, then why was it kind of like left alone for so long?
Because they didn't see the benefit in keeping up with the work. But because what we run here is a business. And in order for my business to be successful, I need to work towards it being successful. It's a morning song. It's basically stating the sun is rising and runners are running to the sun, to the east, and they're asking power from the sun. I think singing the songs is one of the major things in our culture and our tradition. That's my passion. My passion is to bring the people back together, to bring our tradition back up. Trying to bring everybody together, be united, especially here in Mexico. This is what we need here in Mexico, as far as all the O'odham, so we can stop all this exploitation that's going on, and just be united against everything that comes to us.
Matias's home sits squarely in an area controlled by the cartels. The lax security along this part of the border has created a funnel effect, drawing much of the cartel activity here just outside the ranch.
We were talking a little bit about this underlying feeling that you're either being watched or there's this presence, and a lot of people will point to the cartels and say, that's that feeling. I mean, is it a constant for you?
Personally, I never really had any negative interactions with any cartel. They come through a lot. There's a lot of smuggling people and drugs through here, and it's something we see on a daily basis, and we don't really pay attention. We just see them going through. We make sure they're not bothering anything, but they usually just come through and they're gone in the same hour.
So they do their thing, you do yours.
Yes, it's we leave you alone, you leave us alone kind of relationship.
They have at some point approached you though about helping them?
Yes, they have.
What was that offer?
They wanted me to hire a driver where I will be overseeing the driver with the boss. They had a vehicle, but I'm not sure if it was for people or if it was for drugs.
How much?
They were offering $10,000 for one trip.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, that is.
I mean, clearly I'm thinking you said no?
No, I said no. In reality, I was tempted, but I said no, I gotta work for my money. It's too easy, and I've seen how bad it could get once you get into that.
Over the years, federal and tribal authorities have jointly raided stash houses and arrested cartel members and their hired hands on the reservation. Cartel involvement, drug smuggling, human smuggling, it's real here.
Yes,
and it happens on the reservation.
It happens on the reservation, and it's no secret that tribal members are involved in the smuggling of drugs as well as smuggling migrants. Young people are really getting involved because young people who are connected with families are also involved, because there's just so much money that's involved, anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000
a load.
A load, or just to have a stash house.
So David, then if you know that there's this kind of smuggling, then the president would say this is the exact reason why we need a border wall right in this area. So it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But again, I have to say that when it comes to our nation, it would go beyond anything that you can imagine about protecting those of us who are not involved in those kinds of criminal activities, we're going to lose out in allowing ourselves to travel freely to our sacred sites and to take part in the religious gatherings that we have and all those other activities that are ongoing on a daily basis.
We were talking about the reservation, the nation, Tohono O'odham, and there are a lot of people on the nation that don't want the border wall. How do you wrestle with that?
Well, they want security and safety, and we want the same thing. So we have the same mission, we have the same goals. We have to tailor-make our infrastructure and our technology to meet those demands of security and safety, while at the same time respecting their privacy, their sovereign land that is the reservation.
The way over here we were talking about the different layers of security, right? And the different ways that they all work. So what makes this work here?
In some areas like the Tohono O'odham Nation, where vehicles are a greater concern because a person crossing there gives us plenty of time to get there. Here, we need a larger fence. There, perhaps not. We might not need a wall. We might need different technology. It's tailor-made, and that's one of the things that I want you to take away from this is it's not a one-size-fits-all.
Yeah.
We have to look at different things. In some areas, perhaps a technology tower might serve the same purpose as a wall or a fence.
Have you ever had fried bread? This is something that people really like. Nice and brown.
Say about time.
That's because I'm helping you, babe.
Oh, yeah.
David now lives off the reservation in Tucson. He continues to call out tribal involvement in trafficking and urges tribal leadership to take action against it and against a prospective wall. But so far, David claims, not enough is being done.
What I was doing was that I was putting the nation's dirty laundry out there in the public. And I do feel that I've been ostracized, and why is because I'm very blunt. I'm trying to be very transparent when I direct my questions directly to our tribal leaders. They weren't too happy. They were truly not too happy about that. People do not want to accept the truth, that we are all solely also the problem. And so nothing is going to keep me from taking part in any conversation when it comes to the Tohono O'odham Nation. But because of my activism, there's a lot of danger that comes with it. And I've been in many situations where I could have been killed.
He stands up for what he says, and sometimes he gets real bold. People will not like what he says, and then he might get into a so-called accident on the road or something. Maybe I see too much stuff on the flicks on TV or what, I don't know, but I worry about him. Just keep looking out the door and wondering when he's going to be back. When he says he's supposed to be back and he's not there.
Today, desperate migrants are using the Tohono O'odham's sacred land as a gateway to a better life. As a protector of the land, David shoulders a responsibility to it and to the people perishing on it.
See, here's a bag right here.
You see a lot of these?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's been here for a while, so it tells you that this is an area for migrants.
He alerts authorities to bodies in an effort to identify and reunite them with their families.
What are you holding there, David?
This is a like a booty, if you will, or a shoe. And most of them who are hauling drugs, they use these so that they won't detect your footprints. See, like just put pressure on it, like if you were walking.
Oh, okay.
You see? They're now making these in Sonora. There's a store where it's the staging ground for migrants to where they purchase everything that they need to make their trip to the north. If this wall is built, it will destroy everything that we've lived and held on all these years. People are already waiting, and they want to stop this wall. The people will resist. The people will have to resist. Years ago, the question was asked of me, what are you willing to do? I have already made up my mind years ago. If it means losing my life, then that's what it means.